Hello, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. My name is Alicia Jenkins, aka Liddy Abstract, and at the moment I live in Hartford, Connecticut. Today, as everyone knows, is the day that Mr. Donald Trump came to Hartford, Connecticut for his rally, for his campaign. There were protesters that protested his campaign, and there were people there that, of course, support Trump. I am not one that supports Trump, and I am not one that is privy to supporting any of the candidates that we have presented on our campaign stage. I know for a fact that my ancestors died, gave their lives, were arrested, put in jail, humiliated for my right to vote as a woman and as a black woman. I also know that my ancestors have marched for decades and have still died for my rights. They marched and they marched and they marched. They marched and they rallied and they marched. They marched and they marched and they rallied. They rallied, and they marched. Posted up. Yet they still died. And I am still suffering as a black woman in America and globally. My people in the city of Hartford are suffering in the city of Hartford. My people from where my hometown is, which is in Chicago, are suffering in the city of Chicago. Hartford is a very liberal city. Connecticut is a very liberal state. Yet people in this state who are of color and who are poor, presumably, are suffering. Yet people are silent about their suffering. Yet when Donald Trump comes here, we want to rally. We want to march. Marching isn't going to cut it. People say to me, why are you talking all of this? Why are you saying all of this? And why aren't you out there marching, protesting with everyone else? I don't see the need for it. The reason why I don't see a need for it, because it doesn't do anything. Because those very people who are protesting, who are marching, are going to go back to their homes and feel good about themselves for doing that. Now, there are people that are out there that are marching and protesting, and they are involved in the community. Power to you. All due respect. But there are far too many people that go there just for face. And it does nothing. Well, maybe I'm in disbelief. I don't know. So people of Hartford, you rally and protest against Donald Trump and his supporters. But we voted for a Democratic mayor who's cutting positions in our education system. And I'm not saying that marching against the mayor is going to cut that either. Because it's not. I think we're missing the point. I think this protesting and rallying is old. It's very old. And in many ways, very childish. America, we can do better than that. The American people can do better than that. I think what marching does is it brings awareness. Motherfucker, we already know what's going on. We don't need for you to march and protest to bring awareness. We already know that racism exists in this country, in the world. And we already know that police brutality has been happening to my people for centuries, honey. Centuries. So marching and protesting brings awareness to the fact. I mean, my people have been killed by police for centuries. For centuries. And our ancestors marched for decades to bring that to awareness. And we think that somehow because we live in the 21st century that it doesn't exist because of Obama. Under Obama, we have had so many black and brown faces in the prison cells. It's ridiculous. Under Clinton, we had the same thing. So it's more complicated than we think. And it's not as simple as going out and protesting and saying that you're doing something. Because that's not doing anything. And in my opinion, that's not even a start. I'm an artist. I'm a spoken word poet. And a lot of my poetry is political. And I have been ostracized for doing that. For writing political poetry. For doing political art. And there are a lot of great and up-and-coming artists in the city of Hartford that are local and that have been here all their lives. I know a few of them, and they're making work that's about the city that they live in. That's doing something. You know, on a Nina Simone level. That's doing something now. Just marching and just protesting isn't going to cut it. And marching and protesting is a side step. I guess. But if we're going to criticize Mr. Donald Trump, we need to criticize every fucking campaign, presidential nominee. We need to criticize all of them. Not just the Republicans and not just Hillary for the sake of it. We need to criticize Bernie Sanders too. Criticize Hillary Clinton. Criticize all of them. Criticize this Elizabeth Warren. Criticize and critique the entire political establishment. This is not a one game, one narrow thing. This isn't, and it's more complicated than that. So no, I didn't go to the protest. I was interested in going to the protest in the city of Hartford, but I didn't go. Instead, I had a long work day. I took myself home, and I took care of myself. Because being a black woman, so often I am moved and told that I should take care of others before me. And far too often, black women who are the leaders of this Black Lives Matter movement, who are the leaders of all of these movements that we've had up till this date, have been taking care of everybody else except them. Have criticized themselves in regards to not taking care of others. Or rather, yeah. Because I'm always criticized for not going to the marches or the protests yet. My poetry is political. I'm saying something, but I'm not doing anything. So in order for me to do something, I have to protest. But what I do is I work with the inner city youth here in Hartford. I tell stories through my work, through my art in Hartford. And I make it about the people in this city. I've lived in this city for 7 years. I see the potential and the beauty of this city. the city is stagnant. And how can we claim that we are liberal when children in this city are not eating, are not able to sleep, can barely drink the water? But that's not doing anything, saying that. That's not a start, saying that. I should do my own thing here. Really? But we're going to gather together from all the corners of the state, all the corners of America, and go protest Donald Trump. Really? But we can't come together to make sure that our children are safe in Hartford. We can't come together to make sure that the schools stay open in this small city. This is a small city. Why are they closing schools? How Hartford not have no money in the richest state in the country? One of the richest states in the country. And this is the state capital. But you want to protest Donald Trump. Rally to get him out of here. Y'all need to rally to get the mayor. I'm about that. We need to rally to get this mayor out. I give it to my city in Chicago, rallying to get rid of Rahm Emanuel. His ass needs to go. Because what we really need is a new, critically acclaimed system. We need to get rid of this. It hasn't worked for people like me, for us in general. So I'm just saying, on this lovely day, which is a nice day finally in the spring in Hartford, that no, I did not go to the protest. I was interested. And I was thinking about it. I talked to my coworkers, like, should I go, should I not? Do I want to get arrested? My ancestors got arrested. Am I a coward for not going? But I'm still writing poetry, still making work about this city to help it do better. That's my stance. For those of you who protest, and that's all you do, that's all you do.